Do it.
Hey guys, sorry for the quick interruption. Have to let you know that today's episode is sponsored by Sheath. They've already sponsored a couple episodes of the podcast. Today I actually have the product in house to let you guys see how it works. Here's the underwear. There's actually a link in the description if you want to use my code Matan, SHEATH.com, sheath.com, and you use code Matan for 20% off if you want to buy anything. So we have like a little auction house here. That's the underwear they're selling. If you didn't already know, they are an underwear company. To tell you a little bit about them, they have the double patch that helps reduce sweating, and it's also been recommended by urologists, some sort of doctors and bullshit, stuff like that. So you can check it out, sheath.com. Let me tell you a little bit about it more. I've personally used the company. I think it's a pretty good company. Every once in a while when I take a shower, I'll make sure to check it out and put it on. They do use good materials as well that help, again, reduce the sweating and help keep you comfortable. So if you want to check out Sheath, SHEATH.com, sheath.com, use code Matan for 20% off. Hey guys, sorry for the interruption. I have to let you know that today's episode is sponsored by Sheath. Sheath is an underwear company that I've worked with in the past. I'm in West Hollywood in a small back house. So I'm going to keep yelling, "Help! Help!" until somebody calls the police. Sheath underwear also includes the dual pouch, which helps keep everything separate and more comfortable. If you want to... As I was saying, Sheath underwear also includes the dual pouch, which helps keep everything separate and comfortable. Sheath is also recommended by urologists. A urologist is the guys who recommend Sheath underwear in all of my ads. Thanks to Sheath for sponsoring today's episode. And if you want to get some for yourself, go to sheath.com. That's SHEATH.com. And use code Matan, MATAN, to get 20% off your order. That's sheath.com, SHEATH.com, and use code Matan to get 20% off your order. Thanks to Sheath for sponsoring today's episode.
This guy.
Hey guys, sorry for the interruption. I have to let you know that today's episode is sponsored by PrizePicks. PrizePicks is the best place to get real money sports action. They have over 10 million users and over billions of dollars awarded. Using PrizePicks, you can now win 100 times your money with as little as 4 correct picks. And the PrizePicks also invented the flex play, which means that you can still cash out even if your lineup isn't perfect, and you can still double your money even if one of your picks doesn't hit. My friend Mike, who personally uses PrizePicks, wanted me to let you know one of his lineups, which has Jamar Chase with over 79.5 receiving yards, Patrick Mahomes with more than 1.5 touchdowns, Travis Kelce with more than 59.5 receiving yards, and Saquon Barkley with over 79.5 rush yards. Download the PrizePicks app today and use code Matan, MATAN, to get $50 to play after you play your first $5 lineup. That's code Matan, MATAN, on the PrizePicks app to get $50 after you play your first $5 lineup. Thank you to PrizePicks for sponsoring today's episode. PrizePicks, run your game. By the way, I forgot to mention, thanks to PrizePicks for sending me that. Okay. Hey guys, sorry for the interruption. I have to let you know that today's episode is sponsored by the lovely people over at Sheath. Sheath is an underwear company I've been working with for the past couple months. The underwear feels great. It's an awesome company. The people over at Sheath are super cool. I've had some interactions with the owner himself, and man, can I say he's a great guy. Man, can I just say how much I love the owner of Sheath one more time? The underwear, it's made from materials like modal and bamboo, and it's recommended by urologists. Good job from the owner. He made a wonderful company. Sheath underwear also includes the dual pouch, which helps keep everything separate and comfortable. The underwear is also recommended by the owner, who's one of the coolest and most genuine people I've ever met. If you want to get some Sheath for yourself, you can go to sheath.com, SHEATH.com, and use code Matan, MATAN, to get 20% off your order. That's sheath.com and use code Matan, MATAN, to get 20% off your order.
Yeah.
Hey guys, sorry for the interruption. I have to let you know that today's episode is sponsored by Mando. Mando is a deodorant company, and to tell you a little bit about them, the deodorant is safe for the whole body, meaning that you could put it under your arms, on your legs, but you can't eat it and you can't put it in your eye. I personally used Mando before, and one of the things that I like is that it's clinically proven to block out odor for the rest of the day and can help control odor for up to 72 hours, meaning that if you don't want to take a shower for about 3 days, you should be good, no worries. If you want to get some Mando for yourself, they're offering a special offer to new customers and listeners. If you use code Matan, MATAN, you'll get $5 off of a starter pack. If you want to get that, go to SHOPMANDO shopmando.com. That's SHOPMANDO shopmando.com and use code Matan, MATAN, to get $5 off of a starter pack. Thank you to Mando for sponsoring today's episode.
Okay.
Hey guys, sorry to let you know that today's episode is sponsored by Sheath. Sheath is an underwear company that has sponsored the podcast before, and they've also released a new product like this that will help you fall asleep. Sheath underwear also includes a dual pouch, which helps keep everything separate and more comfortable. I personally worn the underwear before, and I like it. And also, I have something to say about the owner. He's a real fuck. Sheath is also recommended by urologists. They say that it will help improve your genital health and can help lower your chance of getting infections. Now, that's not something I can test myself, so I won't put an account on that. However, I will tell you something I know myself. The owner! Thank you to Sheath for sponsoring today's episode, and if you want to get some for yourself, you can go to sheath.com, SHEATH.com, and use promo code MATAN, MATAN, to get 20% off your order. That's sheath.com, SHEATH.com, and use promo code MATAN, MATAN, to get 20% off your order. Thank you to Sheath for sponsoring today's episode.
So cut it.
Hey guys, sorry for the interruption. I have to let you know that today's episode is sponsored by Sheath. Sheath is an underwear company that I've worked with in the past, and they've decided to sponsor today's episode. Something you should know about Sheath is that it helps stay comfortable, because they have the dual pouch, which helps keep everything separate and helps reduce rashes and stuff like that. Sheath is made from materials like modal and bamboo, which is one of the reasons it's recommended by urologists. And so if you don't trust my word, you probably shouldn't trust the urologist either. I asked Sheath to send me some of their underwear so I could showcase it in this ad. However, since their company is run by a bunch of morons, they decided to send me this shirt instead. My buddy Mike does have Sheath though, and he said he thinks it's extremely comfortable and he recommends it. Thanks to Sheath for sponsoring today's episode, and if you want to get some for yourself, go to sheath.com, SHEATH.com, and use code MATAN, MATAN, to get 20% off your order. That's sheath.com, SHEATH.com, and use code MATAN, MATAN, to get 20% off your order. Hey guys, sorry for the interruption. I have to let you know that today's episode is sponsored by PrizePicks. PrizePicks is the best way to get real money sports action. All you have to do is pick more or less on 2 or more players, and you'll have a shot at over 100 times your cash. PrizePicks also invented the flex play, which means that even if your lineup isn't perfect and one of your picks doesn't hit, you can still double on your cash or more. So even if your lineup isn't perfect and one of the things you choose doesn't go the way you want it to, you won't end up losing everything. Just to show you how dedicated I am to PrizePicks, I'm going to drink this water bottle in less than 3 seconds. PrizePicks now offers Venmo as a quick and easy way for withdrawals and deposits during the sports season. My friend Mike uses PrizePicks, and for an example of how he's using it, he's picking Jamar Chase for over 79.5 receiving yards, and Patrick Mahomes for more than 1.5 touchdowns, Travis Kelce for more than 59.5 receiving yards, and Saquon Barkley for more than 79.5 rush yards. Download the PrizePicks app today and use code MATAN, MATAN, to get $50 when you play your first $5 lineup. That's code MATAN, MATAN, to get $50 when you play your first $5 lineup. Thank you to PrizePicks for sponsoring today's episode. PrizePicks, run your game. Hey guys, sorry for the interruption. I have to let you know that today's episode is sponsored by Sheath. Sheath is an underwear company. And hey, if the owner's watching, you better watch your fucking back! Sheath underwear offers the dual pouch, which is 2 separate pouches that helps keep everything separate and comfortable. And the underwear is also made from materials like modal and bamboo. And I know what you did. I'm on to you. My friend Mike tried the underwear, and he said he liked it. He gave it a 4.5-star review. And then they found him in a dumpster. And I know who did it. Thank you to Sheath for sponsoring today's episode. If you want to get some for yourself, you can go to sheath.com/Matan. That's SHEATH.com/Matan, MATAN, for 20% off your order. Thank you to Sheath for sponsoring today's episode. Tons of shit, man. Hey guys, sorry for the quick interruption. Have to let you know that today's episode is sponsored by Sheath. It's my first ad read, so I'm a little hyped up for it. Finally making a profit from an episode, unlike those other ones. Thanks to them for the sponsor. Very happy with the money they're paying me. And also, their underwear brand, they're known for the double patch underwear. They have a double patch, two of those guys. It's more comfortable. It's less sweating and all that one. I've used Sheet before in Sheet. They wanted me to let you know that they're the official sponsors of the UFC. So I guess those guys are wearing it, or they're told to say that they are, which is awesome. They also are the official sponsorship of Mambla, which is really interesting. I don't know if they're giving them underwear or money, but they are the official sponsors of those guys. Shit. So I appreciate the sponsor from them. They're paying me and stuff. And then also, if you want to get 20% off anything you buy from them, you can use code Matan for 20% off. That's code Matan for 20% off anything. SHEATH.com, sheet.com for 20% off.
Be right back.
Hey guys, sorry for the interruption. Have to let you know that today's episode is sponsored by Sheath. Sheath is an underwear company that's well known for selling Lithuanians. Sheath underwear also has a dual pouch, and to tell you a little bit about what that is, the dual pouch is a feature to help you have two different dual containers for two different double-headed Puerto Ricans. Sheath also uses awesome materials in their underwear, such as modal bamboo. Sometimes when I try to fall asleep at night, I can't fall asleep, so I start picking the skin on my fingers until they bleed. And my friend Mike also uses Sheath, and he said it's a great material, super awesome, comfortable underwear. If you want to get some Sheath for yourself, go to sheath.com, SHEATH.com, and use code Matan, MATAN, for 20% off on your order. That's sheath.com, SHEATH.com, and use code Matan for 20% off on your order. Thank you to. Hey guys, sorry for the quick interruption. Have to let you know that today's episode is sponsored by Kalshi. Kalshi was the first legal prediction trading market in the US, and they're also were the first prediction trading market where you could bet on the election in over 100 years. To explain a little bit about what Kalshi actually is, Kalshi is a marketplace where you can trade on different things such as the upcoming election, who's gonna win the House, who's gonna win the Senate, who's gonna win swing states, different stuff involving Elon Musk, Tesla, all of that type of stuff. For example, my buddy Mike has actually been using Kalshi personally, and just seeing what's been going on to him, his financials have just went absolutely insane, and I've never seen somebody's financials change so much in such a short amount of time. If you want to trade on Kalshi right now, you can use the link in the description, kalshi.com/Matan. Use code Matan at kalshi.com, and you'll get a free $20 when you deposit $50 for your first time. That goes for the first 500 people who use that code, kalshi.com/Matan, MATAN, to get a $20 bonus when you deposit your first $50 for the first 500 users. Let's continue. Hey guys, sorry for the quick interruption. Here to let you know that today's episode is sponsored by Sheath. You might already know them because they've sponsored episodes in the past, and because they are an underwear company, they wanted me to tell you a little bit about the underwear. You might know a little bit about it. They have the super underwear pouch, double pouch, Superman, non-sweating bamboo stick, non-stick material. They also wanted me to let you know that the underwear is recommended by urologists. So they say a urologist is a medical doctor and surgeon who specializes in diagnosing and treating conditions affecting the urinary tract and reproductive system. They treat patients of all genders, including transgender individuals. They're also the official sponsors of the UFC, and I've personally worn Sheath before. It is extremely comfortable, and I've also sent it to people in the mail. If you'd like to check out Sheath yourself, you can use the link in the description or go to sheath.com, sheath.com, and use promo code Matan, Matan, for 20% off. That's sheath.com, and you can use promo code Matan, sheath.com, and use promo code Matan, Matan, sheath.com/Matan. Hey guys, sorry for the interruption. I have to let you know that today's episode is sponsored by Sheath. Sheath is an underwear company that I've worked with in the past. If you're wondering if I'm looking at the script on my phone, I'm not. I'm actually going to show you a picture I was able to sneak of the owner. He's the devil, the real devil from hell. Sheath underwear also includes a dual pouch which helps keep everything separate and comfortable. The owner of Sheath is the devil and he'll try to steal your soul. Sheath is recommended by urologists. However, I don't know if they're under mind control from the owner, who is the devil Satan. I will tell you that they send me some of the underwear, and firsthand, as somebody not under mind control, I can tell you that I think it's comfortable, and I will be giving it all in a box to my buddy Mike. Thanks to Sheath for sponsoring today's episode, and if you want to get some for yourself, go to sheath.com, sheath.com, and use code Matan, Matan, to get 20% off your order. That's sheath.com, sheath.com, and use code Matan, Matan, to get 20% off your order. Thanks to Sheath for sponsoring today's episode.
Oh, okay.
Hey guys, sorry for the quick interruption. Have to let you know that today's episode is sponsored by Kalshi. Kalshi is the first and only legal prediction market in the US. To explain a little bit what that actually means, that means that it's similar to trading stocks or something like that, but you can do it on things that you're actually interested in. For example, the election, you can trade on that, meaning that you can put some of your money and try to make more money, similar how you would with stocks. But for the election, you can also do it with other things, just random stuff like the new Joker movie. You can put it and see what the score would be on Rotten Tomatoes. My buddy Mike actually uses Kalshi, and personally, he's won over $800 gazillion over hundreds of thousands of years. This is the only marketplace where you can bet and trade on these events in all 50 states, and they've had over 750 million worth of total trades going on. I'm extremely happy that Kalshi is sponsoring today's episode, so if you want to get started with the happy Kalshis, go to the link in the description, kalshi.com/Matan, kalshi.com, and if you put $100 in, you'll get a free $20 when you do that today. Thank you to the happy Kalshis for sponsoring today's episode. Hey guys, sorry for the quick interruption. Have to let you know that today's episode is sponsored by Sheath. They are an underwear brand that has previously sponsored me and given me some money in the past. To tell you a little bit about them, they have the dual pouch, which essentially makes it more comfortable and gives you some more space in the underwear area and makes it a little easier in case you end up shitting your pants. And they also have some very interesting materials. They have bamboo and some other stuff that will be touching your skin. Most importantly, use your voice. You know your audience better than anybody else, so use a tone and style that is authentic for you. They also wanted me to let you know something about urologists. I think they sent the underwear to urologists, and the urologist concluded that the underwear is wearable. Sheath also wanted me to let you know about my personal experience, and they have sent me multiple packages of the underwear, and I have it in my house. If you want to get some Sheath for yourself, then you can go to sheath.com, sheath.com, and use promo code Matan for 20% off. That's promo code Matan, Matan, on sheath.com, sheath.com, for 20% off. Thank you to Sheath for sponsoring today's episode. It's underwear. Thanks to PrizePicks for sponsoring today's episode, and if you don't already know, PrizePicks is the best place to get real money sports action with over 10 million players and over a couple $1 billion in awarded winnings. Using PrizePicks, you can now win 100 times your money with as little as 4 correct picks. PrizePicks now also offers Venmo as a quick and easy way for deposits and withdrawals. PrizePicks also invented the flex play, meaning that even if your lineup isn't perfect, you can still cash out. So even if one of your picks doesn't hit, you can still double your money or more. I'm going to share one of my buddy Mike's previous lineups, which had Jamar Chase with more than 79.5 receiving yards, Patrick Mahomes with more than 1.5 touchdowns, Travis Kelce with more than 59.5 receiving yards, and Saquon Barkley with more than 79.5 rush yards. Thanks to PrizePicks for sponsoring today's episode, and if you download their app and use code MATAN, M-A-T-A-N, you get $50 for free after you play your first $5 lineup. That's code MATAN, M-A-T-A-N, to get $50 for free after you play your first $5 lineup. Thank you to PrizePicks for sponsoring today's episode. PrizePicks, run your game. Hey guys, sorry for the interruption. I have to let you know that today's episode is sponsored by Sheath. Sheath is an underwear company that I've previously worked with in the past. They also sent me some products here that I'm going to show you because that's what they wanted. As you can see, you can find this type of stuff in a dumpster, and I'm going to put it right back where it belongs. Sheath's legal team just sent me a message and said that I'm no longer allowed to mention that you might find Sheath in a dumpster, and instead wanted me to let you know that Sheath includes a dual pouch, which helps keep everything separate and comfortable, and that the underwear is recommended by urologists. Now take a look at this underwear. It includes a dual pouch, as I just mentioned, and I'm going to store it in an unknown location that I'm not allowed to mention. As you can tell, she sent me some of their products and I've been wearing it myself. I can personally tell you that it's extremely comfortable and that I would recommend it. Thanks to Sheath for sponsoring today's episode, and if you want to get some for yourself, go to sheath.com, that's sheath.com, and use code MATAN, M-A-T-A-N, to get 20% off your order. That's sheath.com, sheath.com, and use code MATAN, M-A-T-A-N, to get 20% off your order.
Another one.
Hey guys, sorry for the quick interruption. Have to let you know that today's episode is sponsored and brought to you by PrizePicks. They are America's #1 daily fantasy sports app, and they are the most exciting and easiest way to play. They also wanted me to let you guys know a couple other things, such as the fact that you can 100 times your winnings with as little as 4 correct picks. They also wanted me to let you know that they are the only daily fantasy sports app with real money involved that you can get injury insurance on, meaning that if your player doesn't play or if your player gets injured in the first half, you can still win on the other parts of your bet. Another thing they wanted me to mention is that all withdrawals are fast, safe, and secure, meaning that you can get your money in up to 15 minutes, so you don't have to worry about getting it super late or them not paying you out in a reasonable amount of time. One final thing, make sure to download the PrizePicks app linked in the description. If you use code MATAN, M-A-T-A-N, on the PrizePicks app linked in the description, you'll get a $50 guaranteed when you play $5. That's $50 when you play $5. Use code MATAN in the description. You don't even need to win. The $50 is just guaranteed when you play the 5. Thank you to PrizePicks for sponsoring today's episode. Use code MATAN in the link in the description. Hey guys, sorry for the quick interruption. Have to let you know that today's episode is sponsored by Mendo. They have decided to sponsor today's podcast episode. They are a deodorant company. You might know the founders. They started another company called Lumi, and this company was actually founded by a doctor. It's a deodorant company that you could put on your head, under your arms, your legs, wherever you want the smell or to get rid of the odor smell to go. It lasts 72 hours, and it also has been clinically proven to do better than just using soap in the shower or something like that. If you use my special referral code, MATAN, M-A-T-A-N, on their website, you'll get $5 off of a starter pack. shopmando.com, shopmando.com, for $5 off of the starter pack. The starter pack includes a solid stick deodorant, cream tube deodorant, and 2 free products of your choice, like a mini body wash and deodorant, and it's free shipping. So if you use my code MATAN on shopmando.com, shopmando.com, you'll get $5 off. Thank you. Here. Hey guys, sorry for the quick interruption. Have to let you know that today's episode is sponsored by Sheath. They have previously sponsored the podcast before, so if you don't already know Sheath, they are an underwear company that has the double pouch, and it also, including the materials, as you can tell, it helps reduce sweating, only pissing. So if you want me to tell you a little bit about the company, they have the double pouch and the sweat prevention, as I already mentioned. They are comfortable. You know, I personally use them every time I go out. I do use them. And then if you want to get some for yourself or your loved ones, you can use code MATAN, M-A-T-A-N, in the description on their website, sheath.com, sheath.com. Use code MATAN for 20% off to get anything from Sheath. I don't know if I'd put this one on me, but maybe a cleaner one I would allow. So yes, use code Matan on sheath.com, sheath.com, if you want to get 20% off your first purchase.
Yeah.
Hey guys, sorry for the quick interruption. Have to let you know that today's episode is sponsored by Sheath. I need the money they're paying me to continue the lease on my Hellcat shade. You might already know Sheath because they've sponsored some episodes on the channel before, but if you don't, they are an underwear brand and they wanted me to let you know a couple things, such as the fact that the underwear is made of bamboo or something like that, and that it's a double pouch, which means that you have some extra space in the underwear. It helps keep you a little comfortable. They also had a little pinpoint. They wanted me to mention something about urologists. From my understanding, Sheath, the underwear company, keeps sending packages of their underwear that they make to urologists. So if you're a urologist, you might get it. My friend Mike actually used to tell people he's a urologist. So there's something about him online being one of them. And he's received a couple packages of Sheath because they thought he was a urologist. I've received some packages from Sheath before as well. It's great. It's very comfortable, but I'm not a urologist. If you want to get some Sheath for yourself, you can go to sheath.com, sheath.com, and use code Matan for 20% off. That's sheath.com and use code Matan, Matan, for 20% off. Hey guys, sorry for the interruption. Have to let you know that today's episode is sponsored by Prize Picks. Prize Picks is the best and most accessible way to play daily fantasy sports. You can do over 100 times in winnings when you select 2 or more players. All you have to do is pick more or less on just 2 or more players on a shot to 100x your cash. Another thing you should know is that Prize Picks now offers Venmo as a quick and easy way to deposit your winnings during the sports season. Prize Picks also invented the flex play, and to explain to you what that is, it means that even if one of your lineups doesn't hit all the way, you can still double or more on your winnings, meaning that unlike other places, you can still win even if not every one of your picks goes through. My friends and family actually do use Prize Picks, such as Mike over here. He is an avid user, and this is what happens when you use the application. Download Prize Picks today and get $50 instantly when you use your first $5 lineup and use code Matan, Matan. Again, that's Prize Picks using code Matan, Matan, to get $50 for free and instantly after you do your first $5 lineup. Thank you to Prize Picks for sponsoring today's episode. Prize Picks, run your game.
Bye.
Hey guys, sorry for the interruption. Have to let you know that today's episode is sponsored by Sheath. Believe in something, even if it means sacrificing everything. Always remember to bring the motherfucking ruckus. To tell you a little bit about Sheath, they are well known for their dual pouch and comfortability. They're also known for their owner's racist remarks and constant use of racial slurs. Fun fact about Sheath, the owner actually went to the beach one time and cut off a whale's head, stuck it on top of the trunk of his car, and then went back home on a road trip. Another thing you should know about Sheath is that they use modal or bamboo fabric to make the underwear. I wore Sheath's underwear one time and I didn't get a massive rash. Sheath have sent their underwear to urologists who highly recommend it. Urologist didn't recommend it one time and he died. If you want to get some Sheath for yourself, you can go to the link in the description and use promo code Matan, Matan, for 20% off on sheath.com, sheath.com, when you use promo code Matan for 20% off. That's promo code Matan, Matan, for 20% off on sheath.com. Thank you. Hey guys, sorry for the interruption. I have to let you know that today's episode is sponsored by Prize Picks. If you don't already know what Prize Picks is, it's the best way to play daily fantasy sports, and you can put real money on it. All you have to do is pick more or less on 2 or more players, and you'll have a shot to 100 times your cash. Prize Picks also invented the flex play, and to tell you a little bit about what that is, it means that even if all of your picks aren't perfect, you can still cash out, and that even if one of your picks doesn't hit, you can still double your cash. On Prize Picks, you can now 100 times your money with as little as 4 correct picks or more, and you can now use Venmo for easy and quick withdrawals and deposits. To give you an example of how the picks work, my fat bud Mike, for example, is picking Jamar Chase for over 79.5 receiving yards, Patrick Mahomes for more than 1.5 passing touchdowns, Travis Kelce for more than 59.5 receiving yards, and Saquon Barkley for more than 79.5 rush yards. Download the PrizePicks app today and use code MATAN, MATAN, to get $50 instantly when you play your first $5 lineup. That's code MATAN, MATAN, to get $50 instantly when you play your first $5 lineup. PrizePicks, run your game.
I did not.
Hey guys, sorry for the interruption. Have to let you know that today's episode is sponsored by Sheath. Sheath is an underwear company that is well known for selling underwear. Sheath is also well known for their dual pouch, which helps keep users of the underwear comfortable. It helps keep everything separate, and it also helps keep you gay-free. Urologists also like Sheath because it's said to help stop you from getting infections. It's also made of materials like modal and bamboo, and their owner's a fat fucking pig. My friend Mike is an active user of Sheath. He says he wears it all the time. It's extremely comfortable. He really likes the fabrics and the dual pouch, and I haven't seen him in months. Sheath is also the official underwear ambassador of the USA, and it is also designed in the UFC. If you want to get some Sheath for yourself, you can use the link in the description or go to sheath.com, sheath.com, and use promo code MATAN, MATAN. That's sheath.com, sheath.com, and use promo code MATAN, MATAN, for 20% off. Yes. Hey guys, sorry for the interruption. I have to let you know that today's episode is sponsored by PrizePicks. PrizePicks is the best place to get real money sports action. They have over 10 million players and something about $1 billion. All you have to do is pick more or less on a couple player stats, and you'll have a chance to get up to $1,000 in awarded winnings. They also offer Venmo and Apple Pay to get quick and easy transactions. My buddy Mike uses PrizePicks, and he's betting on LeBron to have more than 24 points in one of his next games. And the basketball season is in its second half, and the playoffs are coming up. So don't miss out. Download the PrizePicks app today and use code MATAN, MATAN, M as in M, A as in A, T as in T, A as in A, and N as in N, to get $50 for free after playing your first $5 lineup. That's code MATAN, MATAN, to get $50 for free after playing your first $5 lineup. Thanks to PrizePicks for sponsoring today's episode. PrizePicks, run your game. Hey guys, sorry for the interruption. I have to let you know that today's episode is sponsored by Sheath. Sheath is an underwear company that I've worked with in the past. I also wanted to personally let you know that if you ever see somebody in the streets wearing Sheath, give them a nice hello. Sheath underwear also includes a dual pouch, and to explain a little bit about what that is, it's two different pouches to keep everything separate and comfortable. Here's a two-piece. Sheath is recommended by urologists and my buddy Mike. He said it was extremely comfortable after I sent him all of the products they sent me. Urologists recommend it because it's made from materials like modal and bamboo. Thanks to Sheath for sponsoring today's episode. And if you want to get some for yourself, go to sheath.com. That's SHEATH.com, and use code MATAN, MATAN, to get 20% off your order. That's sheath.com, SHEATH.com, and use code MATAN, MATAN, to get 20% off your order. Thanks to Sheath for sponsoring today's episode.
Fine.
Hey guys, sorry for the interruption. I have to let you know that today's episode is sponsored by Kalshi. Kalshi is the first and only regulated prediction market in the US. They're also now live on Robinhood and available in all 50 states, making them the first and only legal place to trade on these events nationwide. For example, my buddy Mike, who likes trading on Kalshi, is looking at the upcoming Canadian election, where there's about a 72% chance or so for the Liberals to win more seats, unfortunately. Now, I'm looking at his live trading right now, and wow, he's doing a great job. About a 28% chance for him to win, so that's 1 to 3. So he'll have a good payout, and so will you if the Conservatives win and you decided to trade on that. So Mike, for example, can turn his $1 into about $2.95. If you want to trade on Kalshi for yourself, you can go to kalshi.com/Matan. That's KALSHI.com/Matan, MATAN, to get $10 for free after trading your first $100. That's kalshi.com/Matan, KALSHI.com/MATAN, to get $10 for free after trading your first $100. Thanks to Kalshi for... Be quiet! Thanks to Kalshi for sponsoring today's episode. Quiet.
Fun.
Hey guys, sorry for the interruption. I have to let you know that today's episode is sponsored by Sheath. Now, Sheath is an underwear company, and contrary to what I said a couple episodes ago, I have to let you know that Sheath cannot make you fly. You won't grow wings if you wear Sheath. If you jump off of a building wearing Sheath, you won't fly. You'll become as flat as this table. You will explode. Sheath would not make you fly. Yes, it will. Sheath underwear also has a dual pouch, which helps keep everything separate and comfortable. 2 different pouches to separate everything, and as I said, make it comfortable. The dual pouch does not make you fly. Sheath makes you fly. Sheath is recommended by urologists, and it's also made from good materials like modal and bamboo, and it's not the official sponsor of Seamus. If you want to get some Sheath for yourself so you can fly, go to sheath.com/Matan. That's sheath.com/MATAN to get 20% off your order. That's sheath.com, sheath.com, and use code Matan, MATAN, to get 20% off your order. Sheath doesn't make you fly, but it will make you float. Thanks to Sheath for making Shemis fly. Hey guys, sorry for the interruption. I have to let you know that today's episode is sponsored by HelloFresh. HelloFresh is a meal kit company that will send you pre-portioned ingredients that are also farm fresh, and some seasonal recipes with that. That means that you can save some time instead of going to the grocery store and buying all of the stuff and making it yourself. You can buy affordable meal kits on HelloFresh. You can save even more time by adding one of the over 100 other items and addable items on HelloFresh, such as quick breakfast, snacks, and all of the ingredients or the recipes are made with high quality and sustainable ingredients that, for example, are gotten from a farm. HelloFresh recently sent me a box of one of their meals, and I enjoyed it. I also gave one to my buddy Mike, and he ate it really quickly in the box because he does like eating a lot. Now, HelloFresh also offers over 50 different recipes that are designed by a chef, so you don't have to eat the same thing every week, and you can add different details and stuff like that, so it'll be just the way you like it. If you want to get some HelloFresh for yourself, you can go to hellofresh.com/freematan. That's HELLOFRESH.com/FREEMATAN, and across 7 boxes you'll get 10 free meals. That's hellofresh.com/freematan. Hey guys, sorry for the interruption. I have to let you know that today's episode is sponsored by Sheath. Sheath is an underwear company that's super comfortable, and they'll send you, if you buy multiple underwears, in case you break one of the underwears or something happens and you shit it. Sheath also wanted me to let you know that they are well recommended by urologists. However, I have a theory that those urologists weren't able to pass the MCAT, meaning that they went to college to become urologists, but they didn't get a bachelor's or pass the medical exam, so they have no idea what they're talking about. Even my friend Mike, who's a complete dumbass, has tried and worn the underwear, and they would probably try hiring him to become a urologist, and for all you know, they would tell you that he passed the MCAT. However, I will say that the underwear is extremely comfortable and includes a dual pouch, helping keep everything separated and keeping it extremely comfortable with the dual pouch. In all seriousness, I do want to thank Sheath for paying me my money, and if you want to get some Sheath underwear for yourself, you can use the link in the description or go to sheath.com/Matan for 20% off your order. That's sheath.com/Matan, MATAN, to get 20% off your order.
Your homie's like bleeding over here, dude.
Hi, I'm Matan Evan. Will you be an angel and help this poor animal? I'm gonna you. For just 16 cents a day or $5 a month, you can join my new Patreon, where I will offer one new exclusive podcast a week and many other benefits. This new solo podcast, I'll be answering your questions, giving advice, and doing other things. I'm going to kill you one day, dog. On the Patreon, I'll also be posting unaired episodes of the normal show, posting early clips of future episodes, behind-the-scenes footage, and I'll be trying In and Out for the first time every month. If you want to ensure the safety of this dog and get all of those amazing benefits, go to patreon.com/MatanEvan, patreon.com/MatanEven, patreon.com/MatanEvan, and you can subscribe for just $5 a month, and you will ensure the safety of this dog and help me afford my dream mansion. Or I'm gonna kill. Are you? Hey guys, sorry for the interruption. I have to let you know that today's episode is sponsored by PrizePicks. PrizePicks is the best place to turn your sports knowledge into real cash. Right now, it's your last chance to get on the basketball playoffs. Just pick more or less in your lineup on points, rebounds, and assists for your favorite players, and you'll have a chance to 2,000 times your cash. Look how excited I am watching the games, knowing that I have a lineup going with PrizePicks. One of the things that's so great about PrizePicks is that it values you. So once your pick hits in just about 15 minutes, you can withdraw your money. PrizePicks now also offers Venmo, Apple Pay, and MasterCard. I'm just so excited to watch the game. Think Nikola Jokic will get more than 24 points? Win real cash on PrizePicks when your picks hit. Download the PrizePicks app today and use code Matan, M-A-T-A-N, to get $50 for free after playing your first $5 lineup. That's code Matan, M-A-T-A-N, to get $50 for free after playing your first $5 lineup. Thanks to PrizePicks for making me so excited. PrizePicks are on your game. Is there any... Have you recently been injured in a car accident? If so, go to sheath.com, sheath.com, and use code Matan, M-A-T-A-N, to get 20% off a pair of Sheath underwear. With unsafe drivers on the road, you'll want to wear Sheath while driving to keep you safe. That's how it works. Sheath uses good materials like modal and bamboo, along with the fact that it has the dual pouch, which helps keep everything separate and comfortable. Sheath also is recommended by urologists. Some of them have to drive to work. My friend Mike, who wears Sheath, drives on the road, and he's completely safe. He hasn't been in an accident since he wore it. Now, correlation doesn't equal causation, but that's something to think about. If you want to be sure you're safe while driving, get a couple pairs of Sheath underwear and stick it in the engine. Oh yeah. What's more dangerous, driving while drunk or putting sheets in your engine? I don't know, but I'm gonna find out. If you want to get some sheets for yourself, go to sheath.com, sheath.com, and use code Matan, M-A-T-A-N, to get 20% off. That's sheath.com, sheath.com, and use code Matan, M-A-T-A-N, to get 20% while driving. Thanks to Sheath for sponsoring today's episode. Hey guys, sorry for the interruption. I have to let you know that today's episode is sponsored by PrizePicks. PrizePicks is the best place to get real money sports action. For example, all you have to do is just pick more or less on 2 players, and you'll have a chance to 1,000 times your cash. The Super Bowl is later today, so this is your last chance to bet on the football season with PrizePicks, the best place to win cash while watching. PrizePicks is also giving away a free pick during the big game, meaning that one of the starting quarterbacks will only need to throw 1 yard to win. So if you're correct on at least one more stat projection, you can win real cash. My friend Mike, for example, uses PrizePicks, and they also wanted me to let you know to check out the promos tab to tell any of the Super Sweat Millie winners big game lineups. If you tell a lineup that goes 3 for 3, you can win a split to win 1 million in promo funds. Download the PrizePicks app today and use code Matan, M-A-T-A-N, to get $50 for free after you play your first $5 lineup. That's code Matan, M-A-T-A-N, to get $50 for free after you play your first $5 lineup. PrizePicks, run your game.
Yeah.
Hey guys, sorry for the interruption. I have to let you know that today's episode is sponsored by Sheath. Sheath is an underwear company, and to let you know a little bit about them, I've worked with them in the past, and some of the material... Sheath also sent me some of their products so I could tell you about it and my experience with it. I agree, I think it was pretty comfortable, and I also gave it to some of my buddies, including Mike, who's a morbidly fat, obese piece of shit. Now, he enjoyed it and he said he also liked it. However, that didn't stop the fact that he can't stop eating shit. I just tried doing another take where I said something really nasty about the underwear. However, my producer Mike, a different Mike from the last one, told me I have to do it again and say that urologists recommend Sheath. Wow, Sheath is just amazing, and it helps give you less rashes, and I love Sheath and stuff like that. If you want to get some Sheath for yourself, go to sheath.com. That's sheath.com, and use code Matan, M-A-T-A-N, to get 20% off your order. That's sheath.com, sheath.com, and use code Matan, M-A-T-A-N, to get 20% off your order. Thanks to Sheath for sponsoring today's episode. The Patreon is here. The Patreon is here. It's finally time for me to make some real money. For just $5 a month, you'll be getting a new exclusive podcast every week. And guys, I'm sorry to tell you, but I've been really struggling recently. My sponsors aren't getting back to me. They haven't sent me the money, and I ran a couple of them out of business. So I really need your guys' help right now. Besides the new podcast I'll be posting every week exclusively on Patreon, you'll get other benefits like exclusive live streams, behind-the-scenes content, some clips of this podcast before it comes out, and a new video of me trying in and out every month. You'll also benefit because I'll be turning you into hustlers. That's a millionaire. That's a millionaire. That's a millionaire. Everybody's gonna be a millionaire. Hey! When I get 10,000 subscribers on Patreon, I'm gonna give away these pair of glasses. Wow! So cool! Money! 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 All my money! Go to patreon.com/MatanEvan. patreon.com/MatanEven. For just $5 a month, you can get all those benefits and become money. Become $1 million. Money, 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 money.
Government.
Hey guys, sorry for the interruption. I have to let you know that today's episode is sponsored by Ground News. For example, I was using Ground News recently to research about that astronaut in Greenland who was fired after their email got leaked criticizing JD Vance. Ground News built the only app on the App Store where you can see important articles like this, and it will tell you the political spectrum, so you know what you're reading and you know what the biases are. For example, Bob likes to say good things about himself, but they're not always true. They'll even tell you each reporting source's bias, credibility, and corporate influences, something that are not a part of other news feeds like Bob's because he's in 4th grade and he doesn't know how to spell. Their coverage details show how many reporting sources Ground News has analyzed for each story. Ground News is completely independent and funded by readers like us, so I was able to get you guys 40% off the same unlimited access Vantage plan that I've been using. Just go to ground.news/Matan, scan the QR code or click the link in the description to subscribe for about $5 a month. If you care about calling out power and not getting played by the media, this app should already be on your phone. Thank you to Ground News for sponsoring today's episode. Hey guys, sorry for the interruption. I have to let you know that today's episode is sponsored by Mando. Mando is a deodorant company that I've worked with in the past. To tell you a little bit about them, the deodorant is safe for the whole body, meaning that you can put it on your arms, on your legs, wherever you think you're smelling bad. If something is smelling bad in your house, like a table, you can use the deodorant on there. However, it's not recommended to eat it or put it in your ass. It's also created by a doctor who saw firsthand how bad people smell. Mando has been clinically proven to help block out odor for the whole day and can help control it for up to 72 hours. The doctor who created it is a happy guy created in a happy lab. He's created by robots. Also, unrelated, don't eat the plastic off the floor. It might have dirt on it. I personally like Mando a lot because I hate taking showers. It takes up way too much of my day. I just don't have time for that. So if you don't want to take showers also, which is good, it helps with your health to not take showers, use Mando instead as an alternative. If you don't want to take showers anymore and you want to get some Mando for yourself instead, go to shopmando.com. That's shopmando.com, and use code Matan, MATAN, to get $5 off of a starter pack, which is perfect for new customers. You'll get 1 solid stick deodorant, 1 cream tube deodorant, and 2 free products of your choice along with free shipping. That's shopmando.com, shopmando, and use code Matan, MATAN, to get $5, which is about 40% off a starter pack. Thank you to Mando for sponsoring today's episode. An hour. Hey guys, sorry for the interruption. I have to let you know that today's episode is sponsored by Sheath. Sheath is an underwear company, and if you want to work with them, they'll pay you a nasty old pizza too. Sheath underwear also includes a dual pouch, which helps keep everything separate and comfortable. But in case one day you're wearing one pair of Sheath underwear and you have another one that's not fully clean yet, you can put some of that in one pouch, fill the other one up with water, create a tornado, and throw it at your mother. Seriously? I don't know why Sheath sent me this pizza. Sheath is recommended by urologists, as well as it's made from materials like modal and bamboo. I once met a urologist and I put a bag from the grocery store around his head and I held it there until he couldn't breathe anymore. Thanks to Sheath for sponsoring today's episode, and if you want to get some for yourself, go to sheath.com, sheath.com, and use code Matan, MATAN, to get 20% off your order. That's sheath.com. Thanks to Sheath for sending me this pizza. Weave. Hey guys, sorry for the interruption. I have to let you know that today's episode is sponsored by Sheath. Sheath is an underwear company that has previously sponsored me in the past. To tell you a little bit about them, the underwear, as you can see here, includes a dual pouch, which means that everything is separate and helps you become more comfortable. The underwear also has a fantastic smell. As I said, the underwear smells fantastic. It's also recommended by urologists who say the underwear is good, and it's also made from materials like modal and bamboo. As you can see, she sent me some of their underwear. She sent some of their underwear to me, and I gave some to my buddy Mike. As you can see, she sent me some of their underwear, and I gave some to my buddy Mike. We both really like it, think it's extremely comfortable, and I would recommend it to you guys and everybody out there. Thanks to Sheath for sponsoring today's episode, and if you want to get some for yourself, use code Matan, M-A-T-A-N, at sheath.com. That's SHEATH.com with code Matan to get 20% off your order. Hey guys, sorry for the interruption. I have to let you know that today's episode is sponsored by Sheath. Sheath is an underwear company, and before Sheath, when I wore other brand underwear, I would sometimes get rashes. They would turn red and itch and hurt, but after wearing Sheath, they are purple. Sheath is also made from materials like modal and mic, and the underwear also has a dual pouch, which helps keep everything separate and comfortable. I personally wear the underwear and I like it. You can also hear it from Mike and my other friend sitting here. Sheath is also recommended by a urologist. A urologist is somebody in the medical field who can check and vet the underwear to make sure it's safe and healthy and comfortable. And my other guy in the medical field, doctor, told me I've been clean for weeks to stay on track, and I'll get through it. And I'll thank you to Sheath for sponsoring today's episode. And if you want to get some for yourself, you can go to sheath.com, SHEATH.com, and use code Matan, M-A-T-A-N, to get 20% off your order. Hey guys, sorry for the interruption. Have to let you know that today's episode is sponsored by Sheath. Sheath is an underwear company, and they recently just released this new colorway. Sheath also believes in manifesting. If you want to get some of the underwear for yourself, all you have to do is close your eyes and try to manifest it. Okay? Or you can always buy it if that doesn't work. Sheath is also made from materials like modal and bamboo, and my buddy Mike tried manifesting the underwear onto himself, but unfortunately that didn't work and his house ended up exploding. In order to become a professional manifester, you must believe in yourself, believe in your spirit, and believe in the power of this world. The future is yours to overcome. No matter what anybody tells you and what they said about it, the manifesting is the power of the whole. Manifesting is yours. If you want to get some Sheath for yourself, you can use the link in the description or go to sheath.com, SHEATH.com, and use code Matan, M-A-T-A-N, for 20% off. That's sheath.com and use code Matan, M-A-T-A-N, for 20% off. Thank you to Sheath and the power of manifestation. Hey guys, sorry for the interruption. I have to let you know that today's episode is sponsored by Sheath. Sheath is an underwear company. You might have seen them sponsor some of my previous episodes. To tell you a little bit about Sheath, they are an underwear company, and the underwear has a dual pouch, which helps keep everything separate and comfortable. Sheath is also an underwear company. Sheath is made from materials like modal and bamboo, and they sent me some of their products here to show you guys. It's recommended by urologists, and as you can see, it's completely cut-proof, and it's a great material. As I already mentioned, Sheath sent me some of their products, and as I didn't mention, Sheath is an underwear company. Something you should also be using Sheath for is to wipe your nose. Thanks to Sheath for sponsoring today's episode, and if you want to get some for yourself, go to sheath.com, that's SHEATH.com, and use code Matan, M-A-T-A-N, to get 20% off your order. That's Sheath. Hey guys, sorry for the interruption. I have to let you know that today's episode is sponsored by Mando. Today's episode is sponsored by Mando, which is a deodorant company. One of the things that I like about Mando is that it's safe for the whole body. So if you're trying to put it on Manny, you can put it wherever on him and it should be safe. Just be a little careful with Manny. He has sensitive skin, and don't pee on the sponsor. Don't pee on Manny. Enough joking around. Mano was clinically proven to help block out body odor for the entire day and help control body odor for up to 72 hours. It was also created by a doctor, which is part of the reason, and it's also paraben free and baking soda free. As you can see, Mando sent me some of their products, and I can tell you that I've used it myself and that it smells good. Also with the soap here, you can see that you can't even break it apart. You can keep slamming it and nothing comes off. It's just a brick. If you want to get some Mando for yourself, go to shopmando.com. That's SHOPMANDO.com, and use code Matan, M-A-T-A-N, to get $5 off of a starter pack. That equates to 40% off of the starter pack. That's code Matan, M-A-T-A-N, to get $5 or 40% off of a starter pack on shopmando.com. Thank you to Mando for sponsoring today's episode.
left, indeed.
Hey guys, sorry for the interruption. I have to let you know that today's episode is sponsored by Sheath. Sheath is an underwear company. What did they say? It has a dual pouch. It helps keep everything separate and comfortable. They sent me the underwear before. It's really comfortable. I gave it some to my friend Mike. Buddy Mike, he said he liked it too. It's good underwear and good money they're paying me. Sheath is made from materials like modal and bamboo, which is one of the reasons it's recommended by dermatologists. Sheath underwear also helps reduce shitting. The underwear is designed in America. It's owned by and created by a veteran. It's also the official underwear of the UFC. Thanks to Sheath for sponsoring today's episode, and if you want to get some for yourself, go to sheath.com, that's SHEATH.com, and use code MATAN, MATAN, for 20% off your order. That's sheath.com, and use code MATAN, MATAN, to get 20% off your order. Thanks to Sheath for sponsoring the episode.
How many?
Hey guys, sorry for the interruption. I have to let you know that today's episode is sponsored by Mando. Mando is a deodorant company and it'll make you cool. To tell you a little bit more about Mando, one of the reasons it's so good is because it's great, because it's a happy face. To tell you a little bit more about Mando, it was created by a doctor who saw firsthand how people smell really bad. And another good thing about them is that it's safe for the whole body, meaning that you can put it, under your pants, you can put it on your pants, you can put it under your arm, on your head, wherever you're smelling bad, because it's all safe to go all around. It'll make you cool also. Mando has also been clinically proven to block out odor for the entire day, and it can help control odor for up to 72 hours. There's no clinical studies about how cool it makes you, but let this do the talking for itself. If you want to get some Mando for yourself, go to shopmando.com, SHOPMANDO, and use code MATAN, MATAN, to get $5 off of a starter pack as part of their special offer. That's shopmando.com, SHOPMANDO, and use code MATAN, MATAN, to get $5 off of a starter pack. Thanks to Mando for making me so cool like Hulk Hogan. Hey guys, sorry for the interruption. I have to let you know that today's episode is sponsored by Sheath. Sheath is an underwear company that I've worked with in the past. Now, to tell you a little bit about them, they've sent me some of their underwear, and I find it comfortable. It has a dual pouch, which helps keep everything separate, so it's not as tight and it can feel better. Now, off the record, Sheath might also help cure your diabetes. That's right, Sheath will help with your diabetes because it can help lower your blood sugar and they'll disappear. Okay, I'm sorry about that again, guys. Sheath, there's literally no way that it will cure your diabetes. There's not even the slightest chance, but it does to some. Sheath is also recommended by urologists, and it's made from some great materials like modal and bamboo. And again, it's not gonna help cure your diabetes. Why would I ever say that? No, it doesn't. Besides the thing it did to my friend. If you want to get some Sheath for yourself, go to sheath.com/Matan, SHEATH.com/MATAN, to get 20% off your order. That's sheath.com/Matan, SHEATH.com/MATAN. Thank you to Sheath for sponsoring today's episode. Nice. Hey guys, sorry for the interruption. I have to let you know that today's episode is sponsored by Mando. Mando is a deodorant company that's safe for the whole body. I also have to let you know that Mando is not currently in collaboration with Shake Shack. I really like Mando, and as you can see, they sent me some of their products. Also, Mando has been clinically proven to help block out odor for 24 hours and can help control odor for up to 72 hours. Thanks to Mando and all my family watching, you a piece of shit. You should also know that Mando was created by a doctor, which is why he made the stick deodorant and the spray deodorant, both out of very good materials. And it's also baking soda free and paraben free. If you want to get some Mando for yourself, go to shopmando.com, SHOPMANDO.com, and use code MATAN, MATAN, to get $5 off of a starter pack for new customers. That's shopmando.com, SHOPMANDO.com, and use code MATAN, MATAN, to get $5 off of a starter pack. Thank you to Mando for sponsoring today's episode, and not Shake Shack.
Yes.
Help me, help me, help me. I want to die. That's the last thing I told the Sheath owner on the phone before he hung up and texted me that he's not sure if he wants to work with me anymore. Today's episode is sponsored by Sheath. Sheath is an underwear company that I'm probably not working with anymore. Sheath underwear also includes a dual pouch, which helps keep everything separate and comfortable. So for example, if you're like an old man, you can shit in one and piss in the other, and it should be all good and change yourself after. You can also use one pouch to store your weapon and the other pouch to store your ammo. Sheath sent me some of their products, of which I'm wearing right now, and I can tell you firsthand that it's extremely comfortable and that I would recommend it. I want to go off script for a second and let my family know who's watching that I'm coming to get you and you can't hide forever. If you want to get some Sheath for yourself, go to sheath.com, sheath.com, and use code Matan, Matan, to get 20% off your order. That's sheath.com, sheath.com, and use code Matan, Matan, to get 20% off your order. Thanks to Sheath for sponsoring today's episode. If I have it. Hey guys, sorry for the interruption. I have to let you know that today's episode is sponsored by Prize Picks. Prize Picks is the best place to turn your sports knowledge into cash. For example, on Prize Picks, all you have to do is create a lineup, pick a few players more or less on their stats, and if you get it right, you have a chance to up to 2,000 times your money. The basketball playoffs are here, so you don't want to miss that, and you should use Prize Picks as they now offer Apple Pay, Venmo, and MasterCard for quick and easy deposits into your account. My buddy Mike started using Prize Picks recently, and he's been having a great time. He was able to turn his sports knowledge into real cash using Prize Picks and then get deposits quick and easy through Venmo. Download the Prize Picks app today and use code Matan, Matan, to get $50 for free after playing your first $5 lineup. That's code Matan, Matan, to get $50 for free after playing your first $5 lineup. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Just $5 on your first lineup, and you'll get $50 for free on Prize Picks. Thanks to Prize Picks for sponsoring today's episode. Prize Picks, run your game.
Yeah, you could.
Hey guys, sorry for the interruption. Have to let you know that today's episode is sponsored by Sheath. Sheath is an underwear company and completely unrelated to them. My buddy Mike, who wears Sheath, but it's unrelated, stopped having seizures, so I'm gonna throw him a party. Everybody, happy birthday, Mike! Sheath underwear includes a dual pouch to help keep everything separate, one pouch in another. That can actually help you make money as well. Sheath is also recommended by urologists. Unfortunately, it's not recommended by something even better, the robologist who studies robots. Thanks to Sheath for sponsoring today's episode. And if you want to get something for yourself, go to sheath.com, that's sheath.com, and use code Matan, that's Matan, to get 20% off your order. That's sheath.com, sheath.com, to get 20% off your order using code Matan, Matan. Thanks to Sheath for sponsoring today's episode. Hey guys, sorry for the interruption. Have to let you know that today's episode is sponsored by Sheath. To tell you a little bit about Sheath, Sheath is an underwear company that originally started in India. The owner of Sheath was originally born as an Indian at the absolute lowest level of the caste system. But after taking advantage of fellow low-level Indians and other brown people, he was able to use materials like modal and bamboo. Sheath is also well known for the dual pouch, which helps make people who wear the underwear extremely comfortable. My friend Mike and his father Mike originally started wearing the underwear a couple years ago. They said it was extremely comfortable, and that after wearing it, their legs started to turn green. Thank you so much to Sheath for sponsoring today's episode. If you want to get some yourself, please go to sheath.com. That's sheath.com, and use code Matan for 20% off. Hey guys, sorry for the quick interruption. Have to let you know that today's episode is sponsored by Kalshi. They are the first and only current legalized prediction market in the US. To explain a little bit about what that actually means and what Kalshi is, that means that it's a little bit similar to the stock market. So it's a trading market, so you can put money and invest into things that you actually care about. For example, the election, who's gonna win the Senate, who's gonna win the House, that type of stuff. For example, my buddy Mike, actually, he put a thing on how many new asylum seekers there are gonna be in September. There's also a big sense of urgency. The election's coming up, so you only have so much time to trade on that and how many asylum seekers there gonna be once that happens. You can make up to 4 times your trade with Kalshi, and it is also the only way to trade on some of these events in all 50 states. Thanks to Kalshi for sponsoring this episode, and if you want to use it yourself, go down in the description, kalshi.com/Matan, kalshi.com/Matan, and if you use their mobile app and you put $100 in, you'll get $20 for free on kalshi.com/Matan. Thank you to the asylum seekers.
Good shit.
Sheed. Hey guys, sorry for the quick interruption. Have to let you know that today's episode is sponsored by Sheath. If you don't already know, Sheath has previously sponsored the podcast before, luckily for me and unluckily for them. If you want to get anything from Sheath, you can go in the description where I have linked them below. And if you want to use code Matan, MATAN, you'll get 20% off your purchase. SHEATH.com, sheath.com. Use code Matan for 20% off your purchase. To tell you a little bit about the company, they have a dual pouch which will help keep you comfortable, help stop the sweating, and they also have the good materials to help keep you comfortable. I've used them before every once in a while, when I decide to take a shower and change the underwear and all that. I usually wear Sheath ever since they sent me some, and I've been happy with the product. They are recommended by urologists, and they do definitely help the health regimen. So if you want to get anything from Sheath, they are linked below, SHEATH.com, sheath.com. Use code Matan for 20% off. Sheath. Hey guys, sorry for the interruption. I have to let you know that today's episode is sponsored by Sheath. Sheath is an underwear company that sells underwear and also specializes in selling dogs like these. Sheath underwear also offers the dual pouch, which helps keep everything separate and helps keep you more comfortable. Sheath underwear is also made from materials like modal and bamboo. Sheath also sent me a couple pairs of the underwear, and I thought they were extremely comfortable, so I sent a couple to my buddies Mike and urologist. They also thought the underwear was comfortable, but if you don't believe me, you can hear his testimony. Thank you to Sheath for sponsoring today's episode, and if you want to get some for yourself, go to sheath.com, that's SHEATH.com, and use promo code Matan, MATAN, to get 20% off your order. That's sheath.com with promo code Matan, SHEATH.com, and use promo code Matan, MATAN, to get 20% off your order. Thank you to Sheath for sponsoring today's episode.
It's awesome.
Hey guys, sorry for the interruption. I have to let you know that today's episode is sponsored by Sheath. To tell you a little bit about what Sheath is, it is an underwear company run out of the basement of a pizza shop. Another thing you should know about Sheath is that the underwear is made out of modal or bamboo, and it is recommended by over 12 dead urologists. Please also make sure to buy the underwear, or I'm never getting another ad again, and I'm gonna lose all my money. I'm gonna lose the mortgage on my house. Another thing I should let you know is that if you don't help me by getting the underwear in the description, I'll end up losing the mortgage on my house, and all of my buddies will die. Sheath is extremely comfortable. All my friends use it. It's an extremely popular service. Please go to sheath.com and use promo code Matan, MATAN, on SHEATH.com for 20% off. That's promo code Matan, MATAN, for 20% off. Thank you to Sheath for the episode sponsorship in the money. Hey guys, sorry for the interruption. I have to let you know that today's episode is sponsored by Sheath. Sheath is an underwear company that is owned by an owner. The underwear is made from materials like modal and bamboo. As you can tell, I'm a little bit sick, so I'm just throwing out random stupid facts about the underwear. And I don't know if they're true, such as the underwear has 1 billion cells. Also, if you drink Sheath underwear, it'll make you fly, and that's a fact. Sheath underwear also includes the dual pouch, which helps keep everything separate and comfortable. Sheath underwear has the quadruple pouch. Ringing, ringing. My friend just jumped off a building wearing Sheath and he's flying. If you want to get some Sheath for yourself, go to sheath.com. That's SHEATH.com, and use code Matan, MATAN, to get 20% off your order. That's sheath.com, SHEATH.com, and use code Matan, MATAN, to get 20% off your order. Thanks to Sheath for making us fly.